Okay everyone, so welcome back to another video here at the Latent Gamer. Today we are going to rank our top 10 most difficult maps in the base game of Zombie Army 4, and this is the first video of a two-part series because in the second part we are going to go over the DLC maps and rank the top 10 hardest chapters. Alright, this will be very fun and informative, and when I say informative I mean that the information that will be provided here will be able to help you if you're having a hard time playing this game on the hardest difficulty, which is 4-player setup or even brutal difficulty. So our ranking will be on 4-player setup, and these maps are very hard and easy, and it also scales on brutal, because you know that on brutal you don't have a HUD, you don't have the zombies hit harder and they have more health. All right, so some of these maps are near to impossible, and some of these maps might even be impossible, as you will learn in the second part. All right, so if you guys want to have a fun little thing going on right now, I mean, you can pause the video here before we get started. You can go down to the comment section and comment your top 10 hardest maps, what you think are the top 10 hardest chapters, and when I say chapters I mean like down here, like we have 1 2 3, so it's not just the entire map but the chapters. All right, so you can comment your top 10 hardest chapters and then try to make a prediction and see if it will be the same thing as what I have in this video. And I will also go in the comment section and I will probably give you a response and tell you why I don't think a particular map is as hard, or why I didn't choose that map to be in this video. Alright, or even at the end you can go there and ask me why I didn't choose a particular map. Ask me and I will give you a response and why I think that particular map didn't make it in this video. Alright, so with that guys, let's get started. So our first map we'll actually skip over Dead Ahead for beginners, Death Canal for beginners again, and Meat Lockers, which is for beginners even on 4-player brutal. I mean, like, I'm not judging anyone, I'm just saying they're pretty easy. Alright, so our first map is actually in Zombie Zoo, and the first one is Trouble at the Zoo. Now what makes Trouble at the Zoo so difficult is that in the beginning, right, on 4-player setup, and we're going to talk about easy because you guys already know how crazy things get on brutal. So 4-player setup across all of the maps are the same thing. You experience the same amount of zombies and you experience the same kind of zombies, except for certain maps, because certain maps, certain special zombies are randomly generated. All right, so you don't know which zombie you're going to get, like officers or elites, right? But the thing though is that whichever one you get, you will always get 2 of them. All right, so 4-player setup is always the same across every map, but brutal just makes it harder by scaling off health and scaling off damage. All right, so Trouble at the Zoo, what makes it so difficult is when you go on the first part, it has 3 different parts. Every map has 3 areas that you have to complete, right? On the first part of Trouble at the Zoo, you fight hordes of zombies, right? That's not the hard part though. You get introduced to the Grenadier the first time here, and the sheer number of Grenadiers is just insane, because like while you're getting bombarded by zombies or grunts, you are also getting bombs tossed at you. And this map also has sniper zombies all over the place on the outside. Now after you survive that wave, you go on the inside, you're required to turn on 3 generators, and you basically get a horde of zombies each time you activate one, right? Now you can speedrun the generators and avoid the zombies, but you will have to fight them eventually, right? Because I guarantee that when you are coming out of the last area, you are going to get stopped by the zombies. They are going to be everywhere. You're going to be surrounded. So on brutal difficulty, the best thing is actually to, like, each time you activate the generator is to kill the zombies that come with that generator, and just take your time and do it in small portions. Now the hardest part is actually the last part, where you have to activate the blood fountain, And this is where things get crazy, because if you didn't kill the grenadiers before, because if you avoid them, they are going to throw bombs at you while you're in the ring, right? or in the little aquarium kind of area. The zombies are going to be spitters. You're going to have zombies spitting at you. You're going to have flamers. You're going to have gunners. And things get really crazy because it's a really small area. You can't go too far because one area is full of water where all the zombies are coming from. Zombies will be jumping down in the ring at you. So as soon as you get the blood fountain open, the goal is to run inside the safe room. Funny thing though, if you don't do this right, the zombies might block the door or come inside on you, and then you will get destroyed. All right, so our second hardest map is actually Planetarium Assault. Right now, what makes Planetarium Assault so difficult is this is the fort map. So zombies that generate on the fort maps are usually infinite spawns until you do a certain or complete a certain objective. Right now, the thing with Planetarium Assault is that in the beginning you get introduced to the necromancers, which constantly raises zombies. Now you have to fight like 5 or 6 of them, and if you don't kill them quick enough, they basically revive each other. Right now, the thing is, if you kill them too quickly, it will trigger the sniper zombies, and the sniper zombies are going to be all over the place. Like, you kill them and they just keep spawning. It gets crazy, right? Different from the hordes of zombies that you have to fight, and I think at the end you actually have to kill a flamer. So there is a specific way to beat this map. You have to kill the necromancers in a specific order and leave one, and when you leave one, you would basically like get rid of the horde, and then you would kill the last one, then get rid of the snipers, right, before you are actually asked to clear the area. So if not done right, guys, you can trigger way too many snipers, and on brutal difficulty you get killed by 2 shots from snipers. All right, so our next map is actually going to be under Rotten Coast, and we are going to go at the last one, which is the best laid plans. And just like I said before, guys, the last chapter is usually infinite zombie spawns until you complete a certain task, or you usually have to fight them for a certain amount of time until you're able to escape. Now with the best laid plans is you start off on the outskirts, right? You go in a cellar, and this is where you get introduced to the butcher for the first time. Now when you fight the butcher on brutal difficulty, is extremely hard to kill. All right, now if you're prepared for it, you can get it done like really quickly. After you kill him, another one will spawn, right? But the funny thing is that this one can be avoided, because after you kill the first butcher, you can basically speed run and leave the cellar, right? Leave underground. When you get on the top, the next area will be a blood fountain, right? And this is like extremely scary to actually do, because there will be like hordes of zombies around you. There will be an increase in the amount of armored zombies, and the funny thing about this area is I don't think I know this, you don't have an ammo box there, right? So you have to kill the zombies and squash them to get their ammo, right? But the thing is, with this area, you will have to fight a ton of suicide zombies, suiciders. Like, it's crazy. Like, they're just going to keep spawning and run towards you, so you have to listen and get the audio cues so you can actually stop them, or even use them to kill off some of the hordes. All right, after you leave this area, you are going to go on the inside, and when you go on the inside, you are actually going to be in a trap, because after you activate the bomb, you are going to get ambushed. And what makes this so difficult is that you will have a ton of sniper zombies. You have to like create a defensive build to actually like play this area. It has no blind spots, you cannot hide them. They are going to be in the buildings, on the rooftops, and in the lake. They are going to spawn everywhere. They are going to shoot you. You are going to get rushed down by enormous amounts of zombies. And at the last part, you will spawn 2 butchers, which, like I said, guys, it can get pretty scary. All right, it's really hard on easy, and it's even worse on brutal. All right, so on to the next. So number 7 will be under Molten Nightmare, and we are going to talk about the final Hell Tower. Now the final Hell Tower is the hardest map here. Just like I said before, it doesn't have infinite zombie spawns, but the zombies only spawn because you have objectives, right? But the thing is, you can actually clear the zombies before doing the next objective. So you are required to clear the area first, but what makes it so difficult is not just the enormous amounts of zombie spawns. You have suiciders rushing you, you have creepers at the same time, and you will get like flamers, you will get butchers, you will get officers such as the ones that enrages, the commanders who enrages the zombies. And the worst part is that you will have sniper zombies on top of the buildings, but these are not sniper zombies, they're rocket zombies, and they are going to rocket launch you. It's pretty insane. The next thing you have to do is you have to get 2 bombs, I think, to set at the Hell Tower, and each time you pick up a bomb, you will trigger more zombie spawns. So like I said before, you can deal with it in small portions. Just do each objective at a time, and then you will trigger each zombie horde to destroy them, and then it should be easier. But it is insanely difficult on 4-player setup, brutal. So next, number 6 will be chapter 3 under All Roads Lead to Hell, which is City of the Dead. Now City of the Dead is a very interesting map because you are going to be in a city square. Now this is extremely difficult because you have to start a blood fountain. The funny thing is, when you start a blood fountain, you will trigger suiciders and you will trigger a commander, right? Now it is important that you get rid of the commander very quickly, even though he will be on a really high podium. Another thing is, you are going to have sniper zombies on all of the buildings around you. The zombie spawns are actually 360 degrees, meaning they don't come from just one area. They are going to just pop up from like everywhere around you, right? And you have to fill a blood fountain. Now it just gets crazy because on brutal you get 2-shot by snipers. Like I said, there will be a lot of them on the building, so you have to get rid of those. After you leave this area and you go in the third area, you kill the armored giants and the grenadiers. That's the easiest part, but the last part is the hardest because you are going to have enormous amounts of zombies spawning everywhere. More sniper zombies on building tops just hopping around because like, they're hard to kill, right? If you're not like really accurate to just aim and just snipe them in the head on brutal, like it's insane to kill them. And you will have commanders spawned in this area as well. But like I said, guys, very difficult. And if these maps are difficult, just imagine what number 1 will be. Alright, so let's move on to number 5. Number 5 will still be under All Roads Lead to Hell, and this will be the last map, which is Hitler's Welcome Party. Now, to be honest, this is not as difficult for me because it is my favorite map, right? I always play this map. I played it so many times, like I really understand how it works. But for the new guy, right, or even people who have been playing this game for a while and just don't like this map, it is pretty insane when you start out because the zombie spawns here are like, it's endless, right? Because you have to fight zombies until you are told that there are other objectives, right? So when you start out, you have to kill a certain amount of zombies at the start. You have to get rid of the commander, and you will have rocket snipers and regular snipers on top of the buildings, so you need to get rid of those if you want to survive any longer. After you kill a certain amount of zombies over a period of time, you will trigger elites, which are gunners. You will get 2 on 4-player setup, and then after you kill those and a few more zombies, you will trigger the zombie tank, right? It's not a tank, what's it called again? The one that actually drops zombies on the ground, I think. So you will have to kill that thing, which is really hard to kill on brutal difficulty, right? And then after you kill that, you are able to go in the last area where Hitler is reborn, and you have to like snipe. it can be really difficult on brutal difficulty, but like I said, guys, once you know what once you guys are accurate, because I know a lot of you guys out there goated, you just need to snap the guys in their chests or snap out their hearts who are like reviving Hitler, and then the mission will be over. I mean, happy ending. Have a nice day. So next we are actually going to look at our fourth map is in Hellbase, which is not in Kansas anymore. Now, I mean, after I killed the Hitler in the last map, All Roads Lead to Hell, I actually thought the game was done there, but I was like really surprised when I actually woke up in another world like Dorothy, right? Now, I mean, like, when you go through this area, at first you might be a little scared if it's your first time, because there are two blind screamers at the start, right? No problem, you can just avoid them and just skip that area, right? The first thing you have to do is actually fill a blood fountain. Now, this can be a little difficult or not, because you're just going to get like a ton of creepers. You're going to get a ton of creepers and some zombies. Really easy. Use the mortar shotgun, mow them down, or if you want, you have two heavy machine guns or LMGs that you can actually like take up and mow down the zombies. All right. After you go through here, the second area is the hardest part, because when you go through that gate, you are going to trigger so many creepers, you are going to trigger so many sniper zombies, your head will spin. And the funny thing is, on brutal difficulty, you cannot proceed or go any further until you kill those snipers, and there are going to be a lot of them, right? And you have to snipe them from really far out, so make sure you guys have that increased zoom, a 12 times zoom on your sniper. All right, after you beat that area, the final area will be, I can't even say it's really simple. You are going to be in a really small area where Schweiger will help you to open the safe room. You have to get rid of the hordes that are actually going to push you. You are going to get spitters, you are going to get regular zombies, you are going to get heavy zombies, and you are going to get armored giants or armored zombies. Really fun. I didn't play it on my channel because I think I stopped playing the game around that time, but it is really fun. I have played on 4-player setup before. Probably not brutal. Our third map, our third chapter, our third hardest chapter is still under Hellbase, and that's Let's Get Out of Here. Now, Let's Get Out of Here is one of the most straightforward maps. It's really simple what you need to do, because there is just one area. All you need to do is activate an elevator and just wait for it to come down. Now, the funny thing is, when you activate this elevator, you're actually on 4-player setup, you are going to trigger a bunch of commanders all around. Like, there are going to be a lot of them. I think it's like 4 in total, right? Now, that's not a problem. You are going to get pushed by hordes of zombies, and it is very straightforward, because you're mostly going to fight engineers, you're mostly going to fight enraged zombies and regular grunts. But the hardest part, I think, here will actually be at the end, where you get a tank in this really tiny area. On brutal difficulty, it is insanely hard to destroy this tank. Bullets, let's just say the mortar shotgun has no effect on it. It does, but a really small one. So I don't even know how you are going to beat it. I mean, like, just get creative, I guess. But yeah, that's what makes this our third hardest map. The second hardest map is actually Steal the Relic, right? And Steal the Relic is difficult simply because you're in a really tiny room, and after you get that relic, you are going to like spawn sniper zombies. And trust me, guys, like on this map, you are going to see in this video, you are going to see me talk about maps that has sniper zombies, because sniper zombies are let's, for lack of a better word, let's say they're cancer, right? They are cancerous. They spawn in this really tiny room, and they are, like I said, 2 shots kill you on brutal difficulty. You are going to get in an enormous amount of hordes coming towards you. You're going to get creepers, you're going to get suiciders, you are going to get a suicide general. I think 2 of them on 4-player setup. But the funny thing is, you have to get rid of the sniper first, because if you don't, you're just going to die. All right. Before you get to the last area, you have to pass 2 flamers at the gate, and then when you get in this last area, you are going to get infinite spawns, but you have to protect Schweiger while he's opening the gate. Now, on this part, on 4-player setup, it's just a number of zombies, but on brutal difficulty, you are going to fight, gunners, which are hard to kill with the hordes. And when you have the gunners, you are going to get like 2 gunners on both sides, and when you actually open the gate, you are going to trigger commanders, you are going to trigger necromancers. So the best option here is to just run away. All right, if you've played this map to get your 400 or 300 points for your gold medal, then you understand. Let's get your points and leave. All right, and this brings us to our number 1 hardest map, and I guess everyone should know that it is going to be Hell Machine. Right, Hell Machine is the final map in Zombie Army, the base game, and the chapter is simply just to obliterate Hitler's hordes. Now the funny thing is, if you don't understand how this map is designed, you are probably going to like waste your time, because in the beginning the only thing that they tell you to do is push through Hitler's horde, right? Now this doesn't mean that you should stand around and wait for the zombies to stop coming, right? If you don't move forward, you're not going to progress, right? You are going to have sniper zombies, you are going to get suiciders, you are going to get creepers. There will be a commander enraging the zombies. You need to kill these guys, you need to kill the armored giants, you need to push through and go to the gas. When you get to the gas and you just kill anything that pops up out of it, then it is basically going to register that you have pushed through the horde and you are at the gate, right? This is where they will allow you to fight Hitler's Hell Machine. Now the funny thing with the Hell Machine is this is basically like everything that you've learned before, right? Everything that you've learned you will need to apply here. You need to know how to kill officers as soon as they spawn. You need to keep an eye on the Hell Machine because you need to destroy the thing that it has. The little eyeball things with the guns, they are really hard to destroy on brutal difficulty, but you need to like keep an eye on them. They are going to have guns, they are going to have bombs, they are going to have lights. You need to get rid of these, while at the same time you have to be focused on the horde that is pushing you. You need to kill the enraged zombies, you need to kill the suiciders, and you need to kill the armored giants. After you go through all of that, you're going to go on the inside, where you need to destroy the things. You can basically speedrun this area, destroy the hearts, activate the things, destroy the hearts, go underground, and then go to the other side where you do everything over again. And then after that, the very last part, the third part in this chapter, you just need to obliterate Hitler's little mimic guys or his clowns. Very easy, and that's game over. Alright, so that is the end of part 1, everyone. Thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you guys are ready for part 2, which I will release in a few days. Alright, so thanks again and have a great day.